Hello guys, welcome to HRL Season 5 Grand Finals, race number 1. We got Moto 2 here, Hollywood Speedway. Should be a fun one here. We're going to have, obviously, the field inverted, just like the regular season races. So, going to see those people that finished up front last race, they're going to be starting towards the back. People that finished towards the back are going to be starting up front. Always makes Moto 2 interesting, at least towards the beginning. Usually lasts, sometimes it lasts throughout the entire race, that mix-up on the start. Continuously makes it interesting. Where are you going, Uncle Blake? Where are you going? We're not ready yet. We're not ready yet. Oh, okay, there we go. There we go. Now we're going. Now we're pacing. About to start this race. Should be a fun one, like I said. Moto 2. Big 1-2. Big 1-2 for the rest of the Grand Finals. There we go. Green flag. See how good of a start Uncle Blake can get. I'd be scared, honestly, if I was the rest of the field with him starting up front because he's pretty consistently good at ovals. I think that he's in a good position to possibly take a W here. Fireball also starting up towards... Two very competent oval guys starting up towards the front. Could be scary for the rest of the field. Oh, this is getting intense. Looks like we got everybody piling up. Uncle Blake has gotten away in the lead. Uncle Blake's gone. But everybody else is just piling up here on each other. In a really close pack, 3 wide up at the front of it. Real Deal on the inside, Hunter in the middle. Oh, Slaunch on the outside, getting pinched out there. Good save. He's going to lose a lot of positions, but at least he didn't. If he crashed, that could have been like race over right there. So very dangerous, but at the same time, on the bright side, no crash. That's definitely the thing that you'd want to avoid in that situation. Oh, I think that was Justice in the back making a mistake. That sucks, man. Justice trying to put up a good overall result. Obviously had a good Moto 1. But the thing I talk about with Justice all the time is like we haven't seen a good overall out of him yet. And I think that's what he's trying to do in this second Moto is try to get a solid overall finish. Have to watch and see if he can actually pull that off. Shouldn't take too much. I mean, he's got a 4th place to work with, right? So shouldn't take too much to get a decent, maybe even a top 5 overall. So I said Roman making that outside work, just like he did on Vulcan, still trying to opt for that line. One of the few drivers I see consistently going for that outside line. Trying to show its power. What is this? Uncle Blake still in the lead. Fireball in second. Again, pretty scary for the rest of the field. Those guys are solid oval drivers. And then you got Detail holding on a 3rd. Real Deal right behind him in 4th. Man, Real Deal's in a good spot for a good overall finish. 5th and a 4th, that's pretty good. And obviously he could improve upon where he's at right now. So Real Deal putting himself in a good position at the start of this race. Hunter doing better so far. I think he's I think he's rounding out that top 5. Definitely better for him. Whoa! Did you guys see that in the background? Who just flew off the track? What? What was that? That was like Uncle Blake in the heat. I'm not sure who that was. I really don't know. Hopefully we find out soon, because that was freaking weird. I think it was Opix or Justice, but I can't exactly tell right now. Man, that was odd. Definitely rewind if you didn't see that, because that was hilarious. That's one of the funny things. It's actually kind of one of the good things about not having the walls, except for on the straightaway. Is because if somebody has a classic lag out where they just keep driving and their goose just keeps going, they're just going to drive off the track. So instead of them lagging out and being stopped in the middle of the track and forcing a stoppage of the race, they're just going to literally lag out of the track, and it hopefully shouldn't affect anybody. So that's one of the very weird benefits of just having the walls in the straightaways that you probably wouldn't think of at first, but it's actually a pretty nice thing about it. It's, again, like I said, one of those things that, like, it's not going to be the first thing that pops in your mind when you're like, oh, what's better about not having walls in the turns? Oh, lag outs. Lag outs will be better. It's like, what? No, it's not. It's not one of the things you think about, but low-key, it's actually kind of nice. It's getting pretty close for these middle spots right here. Hunter, remember, rounding out the top 5. Then we have Vulcan, Slaunch, Roman right behind him, and Justice. It must have been Opix before, because I believe that's Justice. Justice right behind there as well. So all those spots still pretty competitive. It's getting a little bit more stringed out at the front, but in the back, still quite competitive. Again, we got Uncle Blake still in the lead. Fireball second, and Detail and Real Deal having a pretty good battle for third place. Still a great battle for third place between Real Deal and Detail, just staying side by side. You could see a crossover here potentially. And there it is. Now Detail is going to have the inside. Real Deal opting for that outside. Well, not really opting. He kind of just has to go to it. Real Deal with a little bit of a run off the exit of the corner. Gaining a bunch of time there. Detail looking pretty strong on that inside line as well. I think Real Deal's just going to settle in behind there. Slaunch now trying to make it. I'm not sure what happened to Roman. Something must have happened to Roman there. Slaunch trying to make gains, trying to work his way into the top 5, potentially. If he can get by Hunter there. Putting himself in a good position to fight for that overall victory. He's going to complete the pass there on Hunter, get that 5th place position. Now Vulcan's going to get involved. Around the outside, very tight. Got like 2 wheels on the freaking wall. Trying to make gains, trying to not die. But it looks like he did a good job of it, and now he's going to settle in with that battle with Hunter. Uncle Blake still holding on the lead. Fireball still holding strong onto second. And Vulcan, again, really close there with Hunter. Good race so far. Good race so far. I think we just recently passed the 5 minutes to go marker, so we're a little bit over halfway, which is kind of unfortunate because this race is going pretty well so far. But, of course, these races, you know, Moto's only 10 minutes long. Very long when you're in them, but watching them seems very short. But overall, you know, whoa, that was a sick 2-wheel. That Fireball 2-wheel in the heat was one of the best. But that Vulcan 2-wheel right there might be contender for best, like, just clean 2-wheel of the night. That looked really good. Definitely want to highlight that. But yeah, so like I was saying, the nice thing about these race nights is that, you know, you want to get your money's worth, right? You're not paying any money, but I'm saying you want to make it worth your time. You want to show up and get enough time to race. So, and you do. You get like, let's say you make it to the semi as well. So you're gonna get about roughly, if we're counting in the extra laps, like 7 to 8 minutes for the warm-up races, and then if you're counting the extra laps again, it's gonna total being around like 30 minutes of time on the track racing against everybody. And 30 minutes is pretty good. You know, I race in some leagues, or have raced in some leagues where the races are way like you spend way more time than that in the track. I've raced in some where you spend like 50 to 60 minutes on the track. And to me, it's not that I'm not an endurance racer. I just always thought that was too long. Like, I feel like it gets boring after a while. The good thing about our nights is I think that that 30-minute range is like that perfect medium where like you're getting enough time on the track, but it doesn't feel like you're going on too long, which is good because, you know, sometimes the races get stretched out, and sometimes it can get a little boring. So I think it's good that we have that nice little balance. Although I wouldn't be opposed to like a random, you know, every off season like little endurance thing. I wouldn't be opposed to that. It's just my, you know, it's just my preference. I just prefer to have the races at a more medium length. I think it's a little bit more enjoyable that way. Uncle Blake's still holding strong in that lead. Fireball second. Top 5, pretty much the same as far as I can tell. Top 5's the same. Hunter, Vulcan 6th, 7th. That's pretty much the same. Roman having a rough. Yeah, Roman must have cheesed more. Whoa, there it is. There's the OpEx lag out. That is unfortunate. Mongoose on the track. And obviously, I'm not racing at this point, but I'm still in the lobby, so I'm trying to get out of machinima mode to get on the track and get that thing off. But unfortunately, my machinima mode was like glitched, and it was like this all night. I would have to press the machinima mode controls to turn it on and off about 20 times for it to work, and it was just unfortunate. So, didn't have enough time. Justice made contact with it, and that brought the caution out. So, now we're going to restart the race with about 2 minutes, so it's about a minute and a half left. About a minute and a half left now. There's not that much time left in the race, guys. Here we go. It's going to get into the nitty-gritty. I'm going to get hyped for this. Uncle Blake losing the lead. Fireball with a great restart. It's going to take the lead. Uncle Blake going to fall back to second, possibly losing that spot as well to Real Deal. Getting very close battle right there. And then Roman just, where did he come from? Roman's up there now, competing for the top 5. Slaunch is just outside of it. And this is crazy. We have drivers. Whoa, Vulcan off the track. That's unfortunate. I think that's going to be clean and green. Even got some damage on the Goose. Unfortunate for Vulcan. Unfortunate end to the night, possibly, if there's not another caution. Oh, Roman with the lag cheese. That's unfortunate. And somebody's flipping off the side. And that looked like two-car contact, so I think that's going to be a caution. I believe that was Uncle Blake and Hunter, and that's just unfortunate for Uncle Blake, man. He was having a great race, and then those cautions come out. I think it might have just been one caution come out, and it's just like, you know, they just cheesed his race from there. Very unfortunate. So here we go, guys. Restart. Not that many laps left. Here we go. Green flag. Fireball in the lead. Real Deal's going to go to the inside, that's ballsy, and settle into second right away. Slaunch somehow has gotten his way into third. Battling on the outside there is Detail in fourth. Not that many laps remaining. I think it might be 4 laps left to go in this race. All right, here we go. Rounding. Turns 3 and 4. Fireball makes contact on the inside. Here we go. 3 laps to go. And what happened to the inside line? The outside line just gets an insane run. And Detail goes around Real Deal, around Slaunch, and is now potentially battling for the lead with Fireball. Insane outside runs at the end of this moto. 2 laps to go now. Trying to make a statement here on the outside line being stronger than the strap. But it's getting close. It's getting close. Fireball and Detail, first and second. Really, really close battle. White flag, final lap. Who's going to pull it off? Fireball's been up front pretty much all night. Detail on the outside through the last corner, side by side. Who's going to take it? Literally side by side to the line, and it looks like Detail barely gets it at the end. That was one of the craziest. That was one of the craziest like last couple laps of any race this season. Honestly, that was awesome. That might be the best finish of the season overall. It just shows how close it was right there. Neck and neck all the way to the line. That's how you want to see races end. That's how you want to see races end. Awesome. Awesome finish. And overall results are going to go up on screen as well as we look at some other close finishes. Slaunch going to take the overall. So that's going to put him in a big advantage for the rest of the night. Awesome opener to the grand final. That's all I can say. Great race. See you guys for the next one.